Hi, I'm Kivy LaRue Miller with NonprofitMarketingGuide.com. Welcome to the first video in our new series from the CoCoa Club, which is shorthand for the Communications Coaching Program for Executive Directors. This is a brand new program that we're launching just for executive directors without full-time communication staff. Nonprofit marketing today can be very complicated and very distracting. It's really easy to get stuck in the weeds and to tumble down that rabbit hole. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 big pillars that apply to many management situations, but especially to nonprofit marketing. Everything that you do in your marketing should tie back to these 3 pillars. But here's a problem. I'd say that 80% of the conversations I have with nonprofit executive directors connect back to just one of these pillars. In the course of our conversations, we end up adding in the other 2, but you're going to be a lot better off if you start with all 3 in mind. So let's get to them. That first one that everyone wants to talk about first is tactics. In nonprofit marketing, tactics are usually specific communications channels like your direct mail appeals or email newsletter or Facebook. You need to know how to do these tactics well, and it's questions about these channels and their best practices that most often bring people to us at Nonprofit Marketing Guide and to our training webinars and ebooks. But to really do the tactics well, of course, you need strategy behind them. And that's our second pillar. For nonprofit executive directors, strategy is really about making choices. You cannot do it all. For example, one major choice you have to make is who you will communicate with specifically, or who's your target audience. The general public is not a good answer. So if you need to reach people who will donate money, for example, how would you describe those people who are most likely to donate to your cause? What do they have in common? Are there demographics like their age or where they live? Do they share certain values like being politically progressive or being regular churchgoers? Or maybe they share some other kind of affinity like being long distance runners or being foodies. You need to make choices like that about your messaging too. So what exactly are you going to tell people and ask them to do this week or next month? Again, you have to make strategic choices. The same goes for the combination of tactics that you'll use. Are you going to communicate via direct mail, email, and social media, and on what schedule? All of that brings us to our third pillar, which are the systems and tools that you need to have in place. If you want to stop reinventing the wheel all the time within your marketing, you need to get those systems in place and use the right tools. For example, what tools are you using for social media management to make it easier for you? If you're just using Facebook.com or Twitter.com alone, that's not necessarily the best way to go. An editorial calendar is another essential nonprofit marketing tool. I'll talk about how to set up an editorial calendar in our third video in this series. So those are your 3 pillars: strategy, tactics, and systems. Everything you spend time on really needs to be tied back and anchored on those pillars. And those are also the basis of our communications coaching program, CoCoa Club for Executive Directors. We'll cover one strategic question each month. We'll look at best practices for one communications tactic, and we'll put one system in place. So we'll do those 3 things each month. In the meantime, please post any questions or comments below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.